Why does Russia live in the past politically instead of embracing the future? Misha Firer. Here's a giant pavilion at VDNKH, Soviet Expo, in Moscow dedicated to history of Russia, or should I say it's one person's interpretation, designed to reflect the inner world of Vladimir Putin. To the right from the entrance there's a line of emperors from the Romanov dynasty in the spirit of ancient Egypt pharaohs. Putin's favorite Tsar Alexander III paranoid quote, "Russia has only two allies, army and navy," juxtaposed next to a Russian army soldier against the Z sign that stands for truth, victory, peace. The sanctions have caused the Z mark also to stand for no tooth filings, no print paper, no MRI, no meds, no planes, no asphalt roads, and countless no other products of the Western civilization that Russia doesn't have and doesn't know how to produce. Next to the faceless soldier, if he stands for truth, can we at least see his eyes? There's a quote of poet Alexander Pushkin about history being the way God has given him. Substitute God with Putin. Pushkin was a native French-speaking aristocrat who criticized Russian authoritarianism, and his quote was taken out of context due to his sacred status as the father of the modern Russian language. To the left from the entrance, there are photos of great patriotic war, Gulag, Red Pioneers, Kulkas, a triumphant tribute to glorious communism, while the rest of the former republics are trying their best to put it all behind like a bad dream. A sinister Putin's quote ties the exposition together like the dude's rug. You told me that Russia is between the West and East. It's East and West that are located to the left and to the right from Russia. Yes, our president refers to the East as left and West as right. I assume North is up and South is down. Should one wonder why he's pitching his country of 100 million citizens against 1 billion people in the West and 1.5 billion in China? 57% of Russia's populace, mostly uneducated working class and rural residents who can't build a modern economy on their own, clamor for the special military operation. Thus they have to counter 43 million dissidents at home and 2.5 billion inferior enemies abroad who haven't seen the light of the truth just yet. I stood for 10 minutes outside this paranoid and schizophrenic pavilion, and no one walked in or out. I mean, it must be pretty scary to ordinary 21st century person. Glory of communism, wars, SARS. Right next to that monstrosity there was a long line to the country house, garden and landscape fair. Dacha aficionados were out in force to buy seeds and equipment to plant and harvest from their plots of land to survive through summer and winter while food prices are doubling and tripling. The Death Star Forum Hall was specifically positioned to dwarf richly decorated Soviet Ukraine pavilion. Kiev Petrorak Lavra in the background was recently nationalized from the Russian Orthodox Church. On the other side of the square, a fighter jet stood on a podium. Behind it, a rocket poised ready to launch. Sanctions have buried Russian space program as all the Western partners tore contracts with Roscosmos. Its chief Igor Rogozin, who's been channeling and bullying Elon Musk, can now only write tweets, although I'm not sure if it's legal since government banned Twitter in Russia. Third installation for the pavilion. Soviet transport is likewise useless for civil purposes. A military helicopter. In the background is Ostankino TV, that's been feeding Russians with its round-the-clock psychotic insanity since the turn of the millennium. No wonder Russian army bombed Kyiv TV tower. They thought that Ukrainians are brainwashed by TV like Russians, and one just needs to deactivate television, and they will welcome Russian troops with flowers for the Channel 1 video cameras. Wouldn't that be sweet? Only a quarter of the installations in the Soviet transport sector are for civilian use. A Yak-42 plane that will soon be refitted and leased by Aeroflot to substitute Boeings and Airbuses that have no maintenance and spare parts. I stopped by Kazakhstan Pavilion and wandered through its ornate corridors with exhibitions depicting its economical and commercial developments of the former Soviet Republic in the past 30 years. No Khans, no Tsars, no wars, no annexations, no faceless soldiers with half swastikas anywhere. The sanity that I suddenly observed was like a breath of fresh air. Alas, Borat's cultural learnings were not on display. Contrasted to fascist quote of the Russian autocrat, I was struck with the quote of Kazakh Elbasai, or national leader, Nursultan Nazarbayev. To me, there is no more superior goal than to lead my country into the ranks of the developed countries of the world. I was stunned. I have lived in madness for so long. Simplicity and grace of these words hit me with the force of a freight train. 24.5K views. View 1,460 upvotes.